Hey, what's up my homies, it's your boy Vrex here, and today we're gonna talk about how strong Adult Gon actually was, and we're gonna compare him to the likes of Meruem and also, just for kicks, a prime Isaac Nethro. Now yes, there are already a lot of videos floating around the internet on this topic, but I have seen better arguments and points in the comment section of those videos than the actual videos itself. So I went through many comments of various videos and also subreddit posts and Quora forums. So basically this video will most probably be the most comprehensive and decisive one on the internet. Anyway, let's start. How strong was Adult Gon actually? The whole reason for this question's existence is because of this one line said by Pito. This was said by Pito in the anime, so we should also take a look on what was said in the manga and what Togashi, the creator of Hunter x Hunter, actually meant. In the manga, Pito said his fangs might even sink into the king. Now, the manga version has a might, while the anime one is quite direct and to the point. Now, the line said by her is not the problem. The problem is considering Pito a credible source of reference. Because think about it, she's seeing Gon at his 100% right now. This Gon is using all his Nen from the future, he's using his max potential to fight Pito. But she hasn't ever seen Meruem, the Ant King, at his 100%. Hell, she hasn't even seen him using his 10% power. So the conclusion of this is, if she said this line by comparing this 100% powered up Gon to a normal casual Meruem, which she has seen, then we have a clear answer here, Meruem wins. But yes, an argument can be made that she was taking in account her imagined version of a full power Meruem and then making the comparison, because well, she does know that Meruem is way stronger than he actually seems. One more argument which is made by many people is that Gon was faster in terms of sheer speed than the Ant King. How? Let me explain. They say that when Pito lunged at Gon at her full speed trying to catch Gon off guard, Gon dodged her so fast despite his back being turned and Pito couldn't comprehend his speed. Well, as she was jumping at Nethro, she saw his hand movements very clearly, but got thrown away because the attack came from a completely different angle than she predicted. Now Meruem said that Nethro's hand speed overall far surpassed his own speed, which means Nethro was faster than Meruem and hence Gon was faster than Meruem. Well, all I'd like to say is that first of all, this theory is utter bullshit, because according to this logic, Gon was faster than Pito, Pito was faster than Nethro, and Nethro was faster than Meruem. You have to take in account that during the dragon dive scene when Nethro hits Pito, he wasn't really trying to kill her. He said he was preparing for a variety of responses, which basically means that he was ready for the scenario in which Pito would immediately charge ahead to kill him. And also because he has to fight the Ant King later, he can't afford using his full power on her. But he used just enough to send her flying 1,000 miles away, and despite that heavy blow, Pito almost seems unfazed. She was barely even damaged. Pito was only able to analyze Nethro's hand movements, and Meruem could also do that. Not only that, he was so fast that Nethro said if he hesitates even by the slightest amount, Meruem would rip him off. Considering that a full serious try-hard Nethro was fighting Meruem and a Nethro which was trying to conserve his power was fighting Pito, it's obvious that there is no way on earth that Pito was faster than Meruem. Also, don't forget Meruem's feat where he literally capped the whole palace in matter of seconds. Also, if you want to say that Gon was not fast enough to avoid Pito taking off his arm, it's wrong. He wasn't slow because A, it's a reference to Kite whose right arm also was taken by her, and B, Gon just didn't care. As he said in the start, he's going all out, he doesn't care if he dies. Yes, there are slight chances that Gon might be almost as fast as the king, but in terms of speed, the order is something like this. First comes Meruem, then comes Gon, then comes Godspeed Killua / Isaac Nethro. Who was faster between Godspeed Killua and Nethro? That's a video for another day, but yeah, that's what I think. Meruem still wins. Everything goes in Meruem's favor most of the times because despite taking thousands of hits from a full power Nethro, all he felt was, and I'll quote this exactly, slight minor pain. That's so freaking insane. Now I'll present some points which may go in Gon's favor. One good logical theory is made by taking into account Gon's lineage. Gon is from the Freaks family and his great grandfather was Don Freaks, who has been rumored to have been living in the Dark Continent for 100 years or so. If you think about it, the Dark Continent has many strong creatures, and it's said that the Chimera ants are just ants from the Dark Continent, which means they were the smallest and the weakest of the Dark Continent, and Don Freaks to have survived there for so long, he must be pretty strong. So Gon, who has taken his Nen from the future and has unlocked his full potential, and being the descendant of Gon Freaks, he should be really strong as well. And to add to this, he defeated Pito with real ease, he didn't struggle a bit. So to sum it all up, if Gon had turned on his try-hard mode and he unlocked his strength from the Prime, which is definitely stronger or as strong as Dawn Freak's, then he would have a good chance against Meruem. This theory does sound good, but Meruem isn't just any other Chimera Ant. You see, if we are talking about potentials, we also have to consider the Ant King's potential. That guy just has to consume anything to get its power. That's seriously OP. It's basically unlimited potential. Gon does stand a chance against a pre-Rose Meruem, but post-Rose Meruem absolutely annihilates everybody in the Hunter x Hunter universe. And I would even go as far as saying that if the post-Rose Meruem goes to the Dark Continent with the intentions of conquering it, he could do it. But so let's leave all that aside, let's imagine hypothetically that Gon was as strong as Meruem, alright. Even if they fought then, Gon would still lose. Why? Because Gon is simple-minded. Not to say that he is a bad fighter, he has good ring IQ, almost all of his major fights are won by using strategies and not force, but if you compare that to Meruem's god tier capability to adapt to any situation, think according to that situation and fight while analyzing all the possible outcomes, Gon's fight IQ doesn't seem any impressive. You see, even if Adult Gon was strong in terms of Nen and physical strength, he wasn't as smart. His mind was still the same, he just kept using his one move which he could. While on the other hand, it's a fact that Netero is a way better strategist than Gon, and even with that, he was just a piece of cake for Meruem.
王の器量としては、稚児のダダに親が抱く程度のわずかな炎である。
Meruem's intelligence is something otherworldly. He adapts, analyzes and interprets patterns and movements in a fraction of a second. So even in that scenario, Meruem still wins. You know what Gon did? While fighting Pito, he took the exact amount of power and Nen he would need to defeat Pito and kill her. So let's say you keep everything the exact same and swap Meruem instead of Pito. So then would have Gon taken the amount of strength he needed to defeat Meruem and then kill him? On paper, this just kinda makes sense, but again, this is clearly a really impossible scenario. Now, coming to Gon versus Prime Netero. This is a lot more interesting because unlike Meruem, it isn't a one-sided annihilation. Both the parties' power levels are not as far away from each other. So let's say this was the power gap between Meruem and Netero, then Gon lies somewhere here. Yes, this is the old version of Netero we are talking about. It said that in his prime he was twice as strong than he is now. And twice as strong doesn't only mean twice the force, it means twice the speed, twice the stamina and strength of course. Note that I didn't mention twice the Nen because that's a little bit dicey as there is no proof that Nen powers decrease with age unlike physical power. So considering that Prime Netero's Nen was the same as the older one, we are gonna compare him to Gon. First things first, Netero would have the upper hand in terms of fight strategies and combat intelligence, while Gon would have more raw strength and Nen capabilities. Well, because it's a fact that he absolutely demolished Pito, who had pretty decent Nen powers. Pito could use her N up to a kilometer in a straight direction, and she did that for days and days without even getting remotely tired. To put that in perspective, Zeno Zoldyck, who is Killua's grandfather and who is also considered one of the strongest characters in Hunter x Hunter, said that his N ability is better than others, which is 300 meters. Pito's presence was so dominating that Nov, who is a tried and tested hunter by Isaac Netero himself, quite literally started going bald after just taking a look at Pito from a distance. And there are also a lot more things, but in any case, it's safe to say that Netero in terms of only Nen was weaker than Pito.
まずいのあいつわしより強くね
会長より強いですって。冗談。
He must be as strong as her in terms of power. Not to say that he couldn't beat her, he definitely could have because Pito's lack of combat experience doesn't help her. But yeah, all that aside, the fight between him and Gon would be pretty darn close and I just don't see Netero winning. I would say that Gon should technically win if he's fought Netero with the same bloodlust he fought Pito. Now you may say that I'm underestimating Netero a bit too much and I'm open to all possible theories which you guys might have. So go ahead and drop them in the comment section. Until then, see ya later.